I couldn't agree more with you, Joe. What we're seeing of Kirk Cousins and Zach Robinson, his offensive coordinator, I mean, they have really hit their stride.
Mayfield able to keep the play alive. Flag flies as White, the catch and run across the 35, but this may be coming back. Chris Jones with pressure. Here's the call. It's a hold against Tampa Bay.
Holding. Offense number 68. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Well, we've shown Chris Jones a number of times tonight, and typically when we've shown him, he's got two people that are trying to block him. This time, Ben Bredesen, he's one-on-one. He's not getting any help, and Chris Jones beats him to the inside, and that's what generally happens. You get out of position, you start grabbing, and Bredesen gets called.
Tampa Bay's longest pass play of the game is 18 yards. Here's Palmer. That is a nice route, well-timed, and a much-needed completion. Scott Banks, 2nd down and 6. 2 minutes to go. One timeout. This one is caught for the first down. That's Shepard. And Sterling Shepard with the biggest gain of the night, ties for it. 18 yards on that completion.
No, I've always liked Sterling Shepard and how he's able to run routes, and he ran a great one there.
Clock running. Mayfield ducks under trouble, throws it to the sideline, and it's out of bounds. Had pressure by Tershawn Wharton.
Just a really good route at the top of the screen, and getting to the corner, and Mayfield gets the ball out on time, does a heck of a job. Those are two good. The prior, at the 2-minute warning, we had saw Trey Palmer. He ran a nice route as well. So we haven't seen a lot of that throughout this game, getting the ball to the wide receivers. But when it matters most, both those guys have come through.
And Shepard on this slick night's been bothered by a bad hamstring. Wouldn't know it there. Extra men on the rush. Mayfield throws, sideline, pass caught. And they are going to rule it a catch. A gain of 9 by Sterling Shepard with Williams, Joshua Williams, on him.
Well, that's a good job. I wasn't sure he got his feet down, but he did. But Rachaad White.
Yep.
That's a good job. Rachaad White in the backfield. He makes a great block on a blitz right up the gut to buy some time for Mayfield.
The previous play is under review.
So they shut it down. We're inside 2 minutes, obviously, so it's a booth review. It sure looked like Sterling Shepard made this great catch with left foot, right foot taps.
Yep.
He maintains possession through the catch. Are you seeing the same thing, Russell?
Yeah, Joe, I see it the same way you do. I see that the second foot comes down before the knee touches out of bounds and he maintains control. I have this as a catch.
And if it stands, it's a 9-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 1 after this officials review.
Well, this is already taking longer than I thought it would. This was pretty much textbook.
Russell?
The other thing they may be looking at is whether the shin came down inbounds for a clock status situation. I'm not sure that it's clear and obvious that the shin's down inbounds before they're out of bounds, so I don't think they'll do anything on that.
And when you say clock status, then they would wind the game clock. But in this case, we're going to say knee comes down, out of bounds, clock stops.
Correct. If the shin were down first inbounds, they would reset the clock, and then they would actually have a 10-second runoff option.
Buccaneers do have a timeout, which they could use if they wanted to avoid that. But here's the call.
Review, the receiver did get both feet in down while inbounds while completing the process of the catch.
So that's it. Clock is stopped with 1:28. They're able to maintain their timeout, and it's 3rd down and 1. Now 1:30 on the clock.
It's a little unsettling for an offense. This much time, it takes away from what Tampa's trying to do. that you get the defense kind of on their heels a little bit. Hard to do against this group, but you get Kansas City defensively reeling, and then everything comes to a complete stop. Hard to get that momentum going again.
Here is White. There's a little momentum for you. First down carry to the 31-yard line. A 9-yard pickup on 3rd and 1 by Rachaad White.
Well, Baker's calling the play. I thought he might call 2 in the huddle there, so they didn't have to try to communicate that if they did pick up the first down.
Sideline spinning grab by Shepard. What a catch inside the 25 for 7.
Yeah, this is a ball that gets away from Mayfield. That's incredible. A lot of contact at the top of that route.
Mayfield has time to survey. Time runs out, and Mayfield's going to dive for a first down. And with 44 seconds left, a timeout. It's 1st and 10 at the 20 of Kansas City.
Well, they've positioned themselves perfectly now. They've still got one timeout. They can work the middle of the field. There's no hurry. 44 seconds left. You know, they've that play sheet that Liam Cohen's looking at. There's a lot of calls on that sheet from this position that he can use. They're going to challenge these receivers on the outside. They got one-on-one looks.
Mayfield over the middle. He's got his man Palmer. Palmer is down to the 1. And now a timeout is taken.
Not sure I would have used it there.
And it is Tampa Bay. I thought maybe it would be Kansas City, but I'm with you.
Yeah, they still had plenty of time. No reason to hurry. You've got to believe that Todd Bowles knows what he's going to do. Are they going for 2 to win it if they score, or are they going to tie it up? But, 30 seconds on the clock. You're on the 1-yard line. There was no reason to call a timeout.
So 30 seconds. Now they put 3 more on. So 33 seconds.
Yeah, they had a chance to run it down, and I would go for 2 if they score, but if they score here, they're going to leave a little time left for Mahomes.
Mayfield keeps, and the pass is broken up. McDuffie knocked it away from Otten.
These conditions, and we've seen a couple balls. That's another one that just got away from Baker. We saw the one that he threw to Sterling Shepard that he was able to haul in.
Fake the handoff, wide open, touchdown Ryan Miller. Miller with the touchdown, his first. And the kicker comes on after the first career touchdown for Ryan Miller, has the Buccaneers within 1.
Well, there's Miller and McDuffie. He's looking in the backfield, and it's 2nd down. I'm not anticipating that they're going to run the football there with no timeouts left. And they're kicking the extra point to tie it up.
On a wet night.
I think I'd have gone for 2.
Extra point is perfect. But now you've got 27 seconds left with 3 timeouts for Kansas City after taking that timeout after the completion to Palmer.
You just don't count Patrick Mahomes out in any situation.
The drive will start at the 30. The Monday Night Postgame presented by Nationwide is coming up after our game on ESPN. $18 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime 2 this season for Patrick Mahomes. 3 timeouts in his pocket.
Well, 25 yards puts him in field goal range.
Spinning grab. Nice catch, and that is Peyton Hendershot, the former Dallas Cowboy, with his first catch. He's got 9 with 18 seconds to go.
Yeah, if you look at Harrison Butker, as far as what his career long is, 62 yards, that's the 44-yard line that they would then need to get to, which is about 15, 16 yards. So 15 yards, they at least put themselves in a position to give him an opportunity.
Here is Butker pregame, this end of the field from 62. Banked it in off the upright.
And you know, to still have 2 timeouts in their pocket, I mean, 19 seconds, that's a lot of time.
Mahomes had to pull it down, and now over the middle, it's tipped and incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Winfield after the tip by KJ Britt. Big play by Britt, who's been under fire, the inside linebacker for the Buccaneers, and that ball definitely hit the grass.
Yeah. Yes, he has too. He has struggled. That area, the linebackers, whether it's been him, Levante David, they've had some issues. They're in the middle of the field.
Four-man rush, quick throw, and nearly intercepted by Winfield. He read it the entire way.
He did read it, and DeAndre Hopkins did not. And so you see that Hopkins, as he's coming off the ball, he wants to put it on him right away. He wants to put it on Hopkins right now, and Hopkins just was not prepared, wasn't anticipating what Mahomes was seeing.
And now, because of that incompletion, it's 4th down and 1. They can't go for it.
No.
And the punt, which will, barring the thrilling from Trey Palmer, should send this game into overtime.
Yeah, had Hopkins have been looking, that would have been real interesting. It would have been close as to whether or not he would have gotten them into field goal range.
Buccaneers just have to stay away. And that'll do it for regulation. What a job by Baker Mayfield as the Buccaneers try to get a win here tonight. They started the season 3-1. They've lost 3 of their last 4, including those 2 to the Falcons. They've got a home date with the 49ers next week, then their bye week. And then for Todd Bowles, a really favorable schedule the final 7 games of the season. So, I mean, if they can squeak out a win here somehow or squeak out a win next week against the 49ers, who have climbed to 4-4, then they may be in business going into their bye week with some winnable games coming up the back end of the schedule.
Yeah, last year they had their backs up against the wall and they were able to get in, and not only just what a win itself would mean in staying in the hunt within the division,
welcome to overtime,
but also being able to win a game like this against defending champs.
Each team is going to get an opportunity to possess the ball. If during that initial possession you score a touchdown or a defensive safety, you will be declared the winner. All replay will be handled upstairs. You'll be given 2 timeouts. In Tampa Bay, you're still the visiting team. What is your call? Tails is a call. Tails is a call. It is heads. Kansas City has won the toss and elected to receive.
Baker Mayfield, when he was at Tech, he was Patrick Mahomes' host on his recruiting trip. And of course, he transferred to Oklahoma, and what a shootout they had between OU and Tech back in college when they were both quarterbacking.
That was back in 2016, and now here we are in 2024. The night for Patrick Mahomes. Baker got Patrick twice in college, 2-0, but 0-3 in their time going head-to-head in the NFL. Game ends on a touchdown. Otherwise, both teams will have a chance to possess. Here's Hunt out of the backfield. Able to break one tackle, and he got 11. Josh Hayes couldn't bring him down. Andy Reid told us about flexing in these new guys into their offense like DeAndre Hopkins, bringing Kareem Hunt back. Tight ends like Hendershot. It's been a challenge, but he's had some fun with it. On first down, a handoff to Hunt. And a 4-yard gain. They're going to give him forward progress out to the 46, give him 5.
Well, you're in this hurry-up mode as Patrick and the Chiefs were when they got the ball this last time before the end of regulation, and you're in this hurry-up mode. Then all of a sudden you go into overtime and you realize, okay, now everybody just kind of take a deep breath, slow down, relax. It's like you're starting the game all over again, and you can just kind of methodically take your time. And for Patrick, if he gets time in the pocket, doesn't have to force anything, and that's when they become really, really dangerous offensively.
Holmes keeps, flips to Kelsey, first down. 7-yard pickup on that little pitch.
Yeah, so they've got routes going down the field, but you know Mahomes is going to be real cautious with the football and not force anything. And this is what, when you talk about Patrick Mahomes, and he just knows what has to be done in various situations in order to come away with a win. And this is just another example of that as we watch him on this possession, and he's just going to be real cautious and methodical.
First down carry for Hunt. Not going down easily. He's to the 43. And a gain of 4. The Chiefs score a touchdown. They win the game. Tampa Bay just needs a stop. Of course, a field goal try or something else to get the ball back to number 6.
Yeah, that's Baker Mayfield. He's over there just hoping that he gets one more opportunity to get on the field.
Hopkins makes a man miss. And Winfield knocks him out of bounds inside the 30. Went around Josh Hayes in a 15-yard catch and run.
Just a little thing, but after Hopkins catches this ball, he knew exactly where he was and what Hayes was going to try to do, and the spin move coming off of it and picking up some more positive yards. Boy, what an addition. What an addition he has been. We had them a few weeks ago, Kansas City, and kind of felt then that, you know, just sensed they needed somebody at that wide receiving core, and he's filled that hole.
Mahomes slides to the 26. That's where they'll mark him with a gain of 2. This is as quiet as 76,416 people can be. Mahomes, Kelsey down near the 10.
Well, a little different formation here with the 2 tight ends. We've seen variations of this over the last few weeks, but this time they line up a little bit differently. Different wrinkle for Kansas City. But the results are the same that you get used to seeing with Travis Kelce and Mahomes.
Career high 13 catches in the regular season for Kelce. First down at the 11. Back to Hunt. Cuts back. Levante David can't bring him down. And Hunt is down between the 6 and 7 yard line.
Well, that's a great job by Kareem Hunt, because when Levante David, the reason he didn't get him to the ground was once he got him stood up, he's trying to rip the ball out. And Kareem Hunt just protecting it and then keeping his legs going and turned what looked like was going to be not much of a gain into really positive play.
It's been a 5-minute possession already. Timeout, Mahomes.
First timeout, Kansas City. It'll be a 30-second.
And it's just a slow, methodical march down the field. Toward the end of regulation, the extra point tied it. You were talking about at the time, if you're Tampa Bay, you have to at least consider going for the 2-point conversion, try to win it there. Otherwise, you might be facing what they're facing right now.
Yeah, no, I think if you're on the road and you got the defending champs, on their heels, I would bet on one play, on a 2-point play to win it. I think that's one that Todd Bowles is going to regret.
Here's Kelsey driving near first down yardage. And we'll see where they put it down.
Yeah, it looks like just short of the first down. So they can pick up the first down in a new set of downs. Third and about a yard, maybe less than that.
Well, they're right up against.
They're right on it.
There was movement by Jawan Taylor, the right tackle, just an instant before the snap, but no flag. Caliendo comes in. He's eligible. Here is Hunt for the touchdown. Kansas City remains unbeaten. 8-0. And a win in overtime.